Welcome back to our Dutch farmhouse. My name is Naomi, and today I am going to try and make my very least favorite house chore a little bit more fun. And I'm laughing because I don't think that's possible. I cannot tell you how much I hate doing laundry, but I can at least try and make it prettier. So this is our laundry area, which I made over last year, and I'm still very, very happy with. It is right next to the bathroom, and that is where we keep our laundry hampers. And that is just ugly, okay? They don't even match. I want to build something that looks good. It has to have 3 compartments because that is working really well for us. And I want a top where I can put some clean towels on top of. And also I think I'm gonna hang something on the wall just to make this whole thing a little bit more personal, because this is another corner in the house where I have not done anything since moving in. So I'm very excited to go and make another corner in this house just a bit more pretty. So off to get supplies. I took the scenic route to our local lumber place where I had them cut a piece of plywood for me. Now, because I made that drawing earlier, I knew exactly what sizes I needed for the bottom, the sides, the dividers, and the doors, and they cut it so much faster than I ever could. Also, whenever I cut something, it is never properly straight. I am using the laundry sorter build from Woodshopdiaries as a base. I will put a link to her blog in the description in case you want to really follow those instructions. But I am using it as a guide because I am using my own measurements, and also the lumber sizes where I live are completely different from the US, so I wouldn't be able to use them anyway. I started out building the bottom piece. I had these furniture legs left from when I ordered different legs for the dog bed that I built a while back, so I decided to use those. How are they supposed to go? Do they go this way or this way? I should Google that. I think because of this, it probably has to go up with the smaller side. So, like so. I marked where I wanted the legs to go, which was about 4 centimeters off of the sides, and I am gluing them on so that when it's all dry, I can easily turn the whole thing around and then drill a hole into them from the top. That way I can screw the legs in place without the feet moving around on me. Then, because you will be able to see the outside edge of that bottom sheet at the bottom of the cabinet, I am covering this edge with wood filler. Now, I would have used edge banding, which essentially is just a very thin strip of real wood that you can put on an edge to make it look like it's real wood. But I have not been able to find any edge banding in this wood color that you can stain. So this was the second best solution that I could think of. I applied it very generously, and then later when it all dried, I sanded the excess off so that it's all smooth. Yeah. Babe, why can't you see? No hope. For the frame, I used 44 by 44 millimeter pieces, which I guess would be like a 2 by 2 in US measurements. I cut them so that they would fit around the side piece that I had the lumber place cut for me, and put them together using pocket hole screws and glue. Now, these pieces do not fit inside my pocket hole jig, so I have to take off that drill part thing and manually clamp it onto the wood to use it, which sounds simple enough. Nope, that is not right. It's annoying. This needs to come off, come on. Oh man. I love this thing, I really do, but you're supposed to be able to take this part off, and I always hurt myself doing it. It is really hard. Oh, that's a good trick. I'll have to remember that one. So after I had won the fight with the pocket hole jig, I drilled pocket holes on both ends of the short pieces, and then I quickly sanded all the jagged edges that I had created with the saw, and then assembled the side pieces of the cabinets. Then, just like a puzzle, I could assemble the rest of the frame. Now, I again used pocket holes and glue to attach everything, and when the frame was done, I attached it to the bottom piece, which I did from the bottom up, so you can't see any of the screws. I have recently started sorting my laundry by person instead of by color, which made a huge difference for me because now everybody in the house can just put their own laundry in their own bin. I don't have to sort anything before doing it. And then I also don't have to sort everything by room that it has to go to when I'm folding the laundry. So this is why I really needed 3 compartments in this cabinet, just like I had 3 different bins in my laundry area, or in my bathroom, actually. So to divide it up into 3 compartments, I have 2 pieces of plywood that I have to cut the corners off of using my jigsaw so that it fits around the frame pieces that are already there. And then because the front of these pieces will be visible when you open one of the drawers, I made that all smooth with wood filler as well. So the piece of plywood that I had them cut for me was 12 millimeters thick, and I thought that would be thick enough. I also didn't want it to be too bulky and too heavy, so I thought 12 millimeters would be enough. I was wrong. I am running into all kinds of issues now. Because first of all, I cannot drill any pocket holes into a 12 millimeter thick board. That is just not thick enough. So to attach things, I am building all kinds of supports in between and all that, so it looks really stupid, but it works. Then there is the hinges, which by the way, I completely forgot to film, but whatever. I cannot drill the holes for the hinges deep enough because the board isn't thick enough. So I have fixed that with rings underneath to fill up that space. I know it's not how it's supposed to be done, okay? But this was the best solution for now. And then of course, as per usual, the boards aren't straight. I cannot say that that wouldn't have happened if I had gone for a thicker piece of plywood because sometimes things are just bent. But, you know, it's not ideal. So I'm going to finish assembling this cabinet and see what other issues I'm running into.
Big bad storm is rolling in, by the thunder and the wind, ain't nothing ever gonna be the same. These April showers don't change a thing. Right for you for 20 long years. Damn you, Heather, you still ain't here. You ain't my mother anymore, and I don't feel sorry for you. April showers won't save dead flowers. I've got the power and I'm moving on. April showers won't save dead flowers. I've got the power and I'm moving on. April showers won't save dead flowers. I've got the power and I'm moving on. April showers won't save dead flowers. I've got the power and I don't feel sorry for you.
Oh, that's heavy. I decided to make my own laundry bags, so I am not using any existing laundry hampers like the Woodshopdiaries did. I had a piece of linen look fabric left from another project, and that was just enough for 3 laundry bags. So I made these very, very simple. I cut out a piece that was 60 centimeters high because that is about the height that I wanted for the laundry bag, and it was 31 by 31 if you would fold it into a square. And then I cut out a square piece for the bottom, which was 31 by 31 centimeters as well. To make sure that the top of the laundry bag, so the part that's visible when you open the drawer, looks good and finished, I sewed a hem along the top. And I do this by folding the whole edge down about 1 centimeter, and then I iron it flat. Then I do it again, iron that too, and then I sew it that way. I prefer this method over using pins to keep the hem in place because I get a straighter and cleaner finish this way. Then I folded the whole piece in half, sewing the short ends together, making kind of a cylinder of the fabric. And then to prevent that seam from fraying too much on the inside of the laundry bag, I used a zigzag stitch on my machine to finish off the edges. Now, This would be much better and much prettier if you'd use a serger, and I actually have one, but I haven't yet figured out how it works, so for now this will have to do. Then to make that cylinder into a square-shaped laundry bag, I sewed that square piece of fabric to the bottom. I also made 4 little loops that I attached to the corners because I will be using those to hang the laundry bags inside of the drawers. Now the only thing that was left to do was to cover the entire thing in a beautiful stain. I am using that same Wenge color again, which I've also used upstairs and on the steps on the staircase, because I really love this color and I think the dark wood will look really nicely with our bathroom tiles.
Let me weep before I go. Oh, the price I will pay. Blaming myself all night. Leave no part of me unscathed when you rip me. Blow smoke into every little cell. If you won't take what you want from me, I'll be torn, but you won't tell.
In the end, I did cover the entire cabinet with a transparent polyurethane as well to protect it really well against the humid conditions of a bathroom. And then I could add the hardware. I got 3 beautiful brass door handles at our local hardware store, and I put in the hooks for the laundry bags, which were actually closed hooks that I had laying around. I just cut them open and bent them a little so that I could put the fabric through. Now to give this entrance to our bathroom some more personality and coziness, I am adding a piece of art. Now I do not want to be drilling any holes into our bathroom tiles, so I am using a command strip to hang the piece, and I have actually grabbed a painting that was in the kitchen, so you might recognize it from a previous video because I have ordered a print for the bathroom, but they haven't arrived yet, so I'm just gonna have to be patient and do it later, which is really hard for me, but we'll do it. So now that everything is done, let me show you how it looks.
You all on my toes. Don't mind me, you can stay just as happy. I promise you won't tell. Ooh, a woman's design is divine. Ooh, no need to hold hands.
I am very excited about this piece. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It is the first personal touch that I've added to the bathroom as well, and it's functional, so it's all good. I hope you enjoyed watching me messing about with this project. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope to see you next week.